Oh, hello there! Welcome back to the Black Lodge. It's me, your host, David, Drinkswhisky, for another episode of For Me or No For Me? That's the question. Hopefully you've been watching these and enjoying them as much as I am making them. Today we're going for something I've not opened, I've not tried since probably September, October. I got it as my Secret Santa gift from a whiskey group. I've not had any time to open it, so what better opportunity to do it and see exactly my reaction to it. And that is Indri Dru Cask strength. This is 57.2%, coming all the way from India. It's got a lot of buzz about it these days. That wasn't how I expected to open that. A lot of buzz about it, and quite rightly so. The actual whiskey that I've had from it, if you watched any of my whiskey show videos, has blown me away. Like the quality. 2 years ago, I would say, well, was it last? Yeah, 2 years ago technically. Not that whiskey show there, the year before. I was talking to, on the video, Julie Hamilton, who works at Decadent Drinks, I believe. Is that who does Whiskey Sponge anyway. And she organises the Glasgow Whiskey Festival. And at the show, I asked her, has there been anything that you've managed to try? And this was on the Saturday. Is there anything you've managed to try that's kind of blown you away? And she said, Indri Cask strength. And if you've ever been to the London show, it's too busy. I say too busy, it's huge. I just never got around to it. So then last year, I went and got there and was blown away. If you see this anywhere, at any point in your life, buy it. Just buy it. Just do it. I was genuinely blown away by how good it was. And you know that regret of like, I made a terrible mistake, I should have been here a year ago. Anyway, it was really good. So I'm hoping that it wasn't the other drams beforehand, because I had, prior to going there, I was at the Chichibu stand and I had the On the Way 2024, which was phenomenal, and I'm still looking to buy a bottle of it at a price that's not going to bankrupt me. However, let's do that. There we go, fresh bottle pop. I've been needing an excuse to do this. Really excited. Pulling up. We're going in a Glencairn for this one, and this is my Glencairn from Neat Whiskey Bar and Bottle Shop in Louisville, Kentucky. Shout out to Owen, who gave me it. Owen Powell, the proprietor. Oh, I managed to say that right. We had a wonderful night with him. If you've not watched the Kentucky series, that was a year ago. I can't believe that was a year ago when I went to Kentucky. Please go watch. It's fantastic. No blowing on trumpet. It's just fast. Some of the stuff was mental. On the nose, rich. Not immediate for that proof, which is what? 57.2. You do not have that harsh alcohol burn. There's just a lovely richness to it. I always doubt myself when I do tastings, and when I'm trying to describe something like this when I'm doing like a review, because my descriptive and my smells and my tastes are different to yours, and that's why this is it for me or is it no for me? Because this is all about me and my palate. So you might try this and hate it. I might try it and hate it. I might try and hate it and you might love it. It's all subjective. So never be disparaged by a review that might put you off, but you'll find that you'll get in line with people, and you'll find that what they're describing is what you're finding, and then you kind of find your lane and you can rely on them for what they do. I'm just giving this a wee bit more time in the glass, hence I'm giving you some filler chat that you already know. Wow, that alcohol, there it is. It's not harsh, but there's a meatiness to it. There is a lovely texture to the mouthfeel. Coats the mouth. There's a bourbon-esque sweetness to it that I find quite appealing and quite intriguing. It coats the tongue, the front palate is very coated, and if you dive in there, there's a sweetness to it. Now I can't tell you, because I am not an expert in Indian whiskey, if that is because of how they're producing it. Is it a similar process? Now, it's single malt, so it shouldn't be like that, and yet I bet you Americans would love this. Like the bourbon ones that aren't the big malt people, like your Bruzels and stuff. I took a big mouth of that there. Coated the mouth. It's so impressive. I have other Indian whiskey. I have a Paul John Pedro Jimenez that just feels thin and light, and I've dished it out to people because obviously everybody's subjective, and the majority were like, oh, I'm not too sure. This is another beast. This is a different beast. There's a heft to it, and there's a maturity to the liquid that's kind of hard to pin down, but this is a brand that like appeared in the last couple of years over here anyway. Non-chill filtered, natural colour of it. I'm trying to see if there's any other explanation on the bottle or on this that might give us some clues as to what's going on. They lose 10 to 12% every year in evaporation because of the subtropical climate. It accelerates it quick, so it's similar to what you get in like certain American states with American whiskies, like the Texan whiskies, similar to what you get in Australia with like the Melbournes, your Starwards and stuff like that. Ex-bourbon barrels. There you go. There you go. There's where that's why it's pulling all that out. You put Scotch single malt in a bourbon cask and you leave it for a long time and you get this beautiful, light, fruity, delicious, rich malt. Because it takes a long time to extract what it needs to do. They're putting it in a subtropical climate. They're pulling out like that. Like, let me see. We've got it. There's a Weller Special Reserve, right? Colour wise, it's a wee bit darker, but you see what I'm saying? It's not a million miles away. Pulling out all that sweetness or the vanillas or the on the note. That's why on the nose it reminds me so much. I can't believe I've picked the neat bourbon bar glass for this. That's for me. Absolutely, that's for me. It's so ironic that I started this with that chat about Kentucky. That combines everything I love about malt, and it gives me a profile of everything I love about bourbon. Aye. To my Secret Santa, thank you so much. That's made my day. That is excellent. Absolutely excellent. Viscosity of the liquid. I know in whiskey you don't talk about legs and stuff, but it's just clinging to the glass as well. Brilliant. It's for me. Brilliant. Cheers.